Hello and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons, Planescape Torment, the Enhanced Edition. When we last left off, well, we were wandering around the clerk wards. Also, let's talk to Dakon about all he's learned. Will? Things I would know, Dakon. Talk to you about the teachings. Speak more on the way to Zerthamon. Other things I'd like to know. Seem like Takan. Think we already did this. Know that he was different. Know that the difference were not marked on the skin or in the way of the weapon the Tyra cloaked him. Know that he was different in the ways he acted upon his thoughts. His will became substance. Know that he saw others who did not see them. He knew only how they could serve him. His heart was treacherous and it was cold, and never did his coldness burn him. Ever touch you? Did he betray you? Khan's blade begins beating in a dull, flat back as you watch the edges of his teeth. It's not my will, you know this. Well, there's other things I would like to know about. Said I gave you the circle, Zagnon. Did save you. It divided me. Then did I save your life, Takan, or did I only add to the pain you already felt? Those words, the words of Zerthamon, they only seem to divide you more. I see it when you pore over the teachings. I say I never saved you, Dakon. I only raised you from near death so you may die again. If you had died on Cherokee, you'd never known peace. Words carry the weight of truth. The death I have died at Shakalar would have been at the last death. Every day I lived is new death. You need serve me no more, Dakon. I never saved your life. I only killed you twice. You owe me nothing. No, Dakon's... It's not your word that carries the weight. No, it's free me. Any way you can be free, you must have. I'll find one that sets you free. No, you better worse. I see. How'd you come to be in my debt? No longer wish you to be a slave. Yes. Should be able to do something that improves his morale, which I would really like. I guess not. Okay, that is... Ominous Archery leads underground. That is the Undersigil, and it is a place where you can do a lot of combat. Savish the Onyx. Tall, thin man dressed in heavy crimson robes, sharp pinched figure, bows regally as you approach. I am Salabish, oft called Salabish the Onyx, the future magic tutor of the Civic Quest Hall. You have business with me, I take it. No, just some questions. Let me turn off the air conditioning and let's okay. What do you mean by future magic tutor of the quest?
Updated my journal.
It's prestigious position to be honored tutor of the Pestal's training chambers. My intention one day to take the position of the mage's tutor. Titles are currently possessed of the Lady Thromcone. Only get somewhat proved by my superior tutor. I had other questions. Why are you called the Onyx? Long tale, which I'll shorten to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Salabesh the Golden, for I was once said to have a heart of gold. Small, hard, and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. The Onyx appellation, along with some lines as the Golden, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. At any rate, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer. Cursed him so that... Wait, what? Oh yes, you heard right. Zebba sighs happily and chuckles himself. Sort of thing is why I'm known as the Master of Curses, you know. I see. You know of a cursed man called Reekwind.
Updated my journal.
Reek. Selbish eyes suddenly dart up. Oh yes, Jumble Murder Sense cursed that man, if I recall correctly. Why? Seeking to get his curse undone? Good luck, only Jumble can do that. Where would I find this Jumble Murder Sense? Within Civic Fest Hall, I suppose. Short, portly fellow with a leering smile. Never speaks, but you'll be hard-pressed to get anything out of him. Okay. Very fancy. Some questions. Onyx. Okay, maybe I have to talk to Jumble Murder Sense first. One sec. Okay.
I'm going.
Stern older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fixed one grace. You there, may I have a word with you? Yes, you're Chomley, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
Updated my journal.
Pleased to have met then. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussions on the matter? Why? Actually, what I want to do is load back to that autosave. There's one charisma. I want 16 or more because I would like to have some extra cash.
Updated my journal.
1,000 copper commons. Permission to kill you. Open discussion on the matter? Why? But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone to village of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So, what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matters in greater detail? Yeah, let's work out the details. Short discussion comes down to father term. Emily will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. You agree to do this? Alright, let's do it. The affair is over in a moment. She's already cleaned her blade and put away by the time you recovered. After picking yourself up off the fest-off floor, Emily hands you several rolls of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Oh well, coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell. Yes, farewell.
Updated my journal.
Well, at least that's a, it's one thing done. And some money. Towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly as if it were metallic. Whether it's actual flesh or merely painted on, you can't tell. Regardless, he regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow to drama. Welcome to the Civic Center, traveler. We are Splinter, Doorman of Festal, the Priest King of Ur. How may we help you? Despite his humbling offer of aid, his voice is powerful and commanding. A deep rumbling sound that resonates through the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions that may have regarded our inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members in the Society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. Spells, items, and such. Oh. How can I buy some from the Sensei vaults? You must become a member of the Society of Sensation. Let's see here. Doesn't look like, but I am a member, Splinter. I simply have not been here for a long while. I've gathered many experience from my absence. Many of the scars upon my body. Narrows his eyes, as he looks you over. Very well, we shall grant you access to those you know what? 1 second. There's a way you can do this without lying, and I want to say I want to do that. Okay. So what we need to do is head back to that cafe.
Oh, I love the doodly on doodly.
Everyone claps their hands together, bouncing thanks. Elwyn thanked the stranger. She'd been reunited with dearest friend of Mel. It's my pleasure. Looks down again, feeling a smile fading away in pleasant. I, Aelwyn, would tell you something now, stranger. Yes, go on.
Updated my journal.
The name I, Aelwyn, chose for you, stranger, is not so fitting. You and I, Aelwyn, have met before, in the fest hall. A place you cannot have been if you were not a sensei yourself. Whether you recall or no, unless you betrayed the Society of Sensation at some point, you are a sensei. I see. Tell me more. You and I, Aelwyn, have met on 2 different occasions. First was no less than 2 centuries past, and the last more recently, perhaps no more than 50 years ago. Quite a long time ago. My Aelwyn's people are extremely long-lived, forgetful one. She smiles unhappily, causing a chill to descend over you. You seemed a little different, man. Less grim, less scarred, so eager to see that all the multiverse had to offer. You courted me, Aelwyn, then, and was nearly taken as a lover, but then you disappeared. Where'd I go? I, Aelwyn, was told you had been slain, murdered. Looks up for a moment, peers curiously. I met you only once more after that. Did I remember you then? No. She shakes her head sadly and touches her throat. No, you did not. You lashed out at me, Aelwyn, made to slay me. Screamed how I, Aelwyn, could not fool you. You would not ensnare and murder you. What happened? We met in one of the northern towers of the fest hall on the 7th floor. Before you could choke the life out of me, I, Aelwyn, used my powers to bade you leap from the window to your death. When I, Aelwyn, finally went in search for your broken body, you had already gone. I see. That is the whole of my Aelwyn's tale to you. We are not strangers once, but we become so. Farewell, stranger. May fortune walk with you in your travels. Thanks, Aelwyn. Farewell. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. We can tell Splinter that we are a sensate, even if we are not. How can you help me? Can I buy something from the Sensei Vaults? What if I already was a sensei? I just haven't come to this place in a long time, but I assure you, I was a sensei. Bends over and waves to me. We do not recognize you, but we see no lies dripping from your tongue. Very well, we shall grant you access to those privileges, not only the members of the Society of Sensation, if you can show us what sensations you have gathered recently. Alright, I'm ready. We would ask for 5 sensations, each pertaining to one of the body's senses, or a single experience that has strong elements of all 5 senses. I have a single experience to contribute, then. I woke up, not knowing where I was, on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen or the corpses care to have seen. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on the countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like of nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of the undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about the clattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. What's your advice, Splinter? Yes, we welcome you back, Traveler, and grant you access to those privileges allowed to only members of the Society of Sensation. Thanks, Splinter. No one here might know Ravel Puzzle well. Splinter closes his eyes and thinks briefly. We would recommend that you speak of a wizard by the name of Quell about Ravel. Quell is somewhere in the Fest Hall, most often the private sensorium. Alright, I had another question. Someone I was looking for here. Who is you speaking? Never mind. How's you can help me? I'd like to buy from the vaults. Scroll of blindness, yeah. Power word blind, yeah. Remove curse, I can do that. Charcoal charm's kinda useful, but yeah. Yeah, I think all of that's not super important.
I'm gone.
Rejoin the Headless. There's something very wrong about this man, the way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring blankly into space. Approach him, you last realize his place. He's headless. Thing on his shoulders, merely skillful wooden prosthesis. A false head. Greetings? Headless body stumbles forward for a moment of pause. His hands reach out to feel exactly where you are. Let it touch you. After a moment, his fingers brush your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows you up the shoulder, and then your head. Feel face and head, its hands brush along your neck, as if checking for something. Finally grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously in greeting. Notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy. Can you understand me? Figure makes a series of hand motion and waits for a response. Feels like it's asking a question. I don't understand. Headless body taps his foot for a moment, scratching at his chin of aesthetic head. Suddenly raises his fingers, struck by an idea. Points at you and the eyes of the wooden head, then at you again, integrates the wooden head with both hands, shrugs and points at you. No, I haven't seen your head anywhere. Headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and turns the ample off. You are someone I want to talk to, though. Short, balding man's orange tunic, rather sizable gut, makes him look like a walking pumpkin. He's half absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm, as if it were a drum. The man's odd, crooked smile and a strange gleam in his eye make him look a bit mad. Greetings. The man gives an exaggerating, flourishing bow and presents a small card which seen as jumbled murder scene. Chaos Tex Scouserer Extraordinaire. Snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it, grinning all the while. More somewhere in the silence, one barred me short. I'd like you to remove Reekwind's curse. Jumbo pretends not to hear you, instead belching loudly and resuming his belly drumming. His eyes wander across the fest hall. Is there anything I could do so you'd remove the curse? Let's see if... Jumbo won't look at you, but shakes his head. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna threaten him. Oh, never mind. Remove Reekwind's curse, Jumble, before I'm forced to hurt you. Jumble raises one eyebrow and takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly and through lips or throat doesn't move shape anywhere. His thought torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth. What the?
Updated my journal.
Jumble shuts his mouth, babbling ceases, peers at you through narrowed eyes, self-satisfying smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly a hiccup, and hiccup, and hiccup again. Jumble murder sense merely turns his head and waves you away. Uh-oh, looks like you just got a curse thrown on you, Chief. What have you done to me, Jumble? Jumble ignores you entirely. Better find someone who can help you lose this curse. Again, you stand before me. Yeah, I had some questions. You're a master of curses. Perhaps you could help me. Help you? Doubtful. Or you can respond, he shakes his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you? Jumble murder sense cursed me. Jumble murder sense? Ha! Sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Talbush frowns, but I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse, not the sort of thing you'd find on an item or some such. You know, you could remove it with simple magics. He'll be able to remove, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse, and then I could use it on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curse to myself, you know, and besides, and even a single curse would take one a long, long while to learn. More time than I care to spend. Okay, do I have to, perhaps you're just worried that your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? It's all ridiculous. Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Scalabesh the Onyx is the master of curses. There is no other. Why, I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Purse your lips, looking skeptical. Oh, that's it. You made me do it. Scalabesh uttered a short string of impossible syllables. Words of power, which you note mentally for use later against Jumble. There, see what that does to him and tell me Scalabesh the Onyx isn't the master of curses then. Thanks, Scalabesh. I'll do that.
Updated my
Farewell.
journal.
What is that carrion stench? Throw the curse Scalabesh taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with somewhat skeptical expression. You speak the arcane symbols with Scalabesh's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Chaos Mage notes that nothing seems to have happened. An evil grin spreads across his face. Uh-oh. Opens his mouth to relate another curse of his own, only realize he has no voice. Scalabesh's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, therefore destroying the Chaos' ability to curse others. Clutches at his throat, panic welling in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak or curse anyone more? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you remove the curse you placed on me and swear never to curse another man who meant you harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Well, I'll remove the curse then.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief. You remove Scalabesh's curse from him. He in turn removes his own. Your hiccups finally stop. He bows humbly and casts his eyes to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse off of Reekwind as well.
Updated my journal.
Jumble nods, pouting with a wave of his hand, removes Reekwind's curse. Thanks. Farewell,
Learn
Jumble.
some new tricks. Hi.
Ooh, more thief points. Good, good, good. Want that. I want that. And I want that.
Right.
Okay, before we end the video, smell of alcohol wafts from the young woman, and despite her dark skin, you see her face beautiful but cruel looking as flush. She's slender but well muscled, adorned in exotic jewelry, translucent silk clothing. Numerous scars crisscross her thighs and forearms. Look to be battle wounds. Greetings. Well, well, what do we have here? A little tiefling gutter queen come crawling out of the hive. Woman pouts, talking as if one to a small child. Are you lost, little tiefling? Oh, look, it has a tail. How cute. Anna flushes with snarl, blades sprout from her fist. Now, Fiendkin, don't do that. Woman seems unconcerned as Anna draws her weapons and clucks disapprovingly with her tongue. Careful now, or remove that tail of yours and feed it to you with my dogs. Enough, girl. Apologize to her, or I'll be cutting bits of you off. What foul thing gave birth to you, Syrah? She grimaced in disgust and laughed harshly. It's such a stench. Be you one of the death's bastards? You notice she's curled a long knife hanging at her hip. Her hand rests loosely on its pommel. Want me to slap this barmy chit down, Chief? Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, show no mercy, Mort. When Mort winks at you and calls the woman, Hey you, that's right, you there, saucy little tart. Look at me when I talk to you. What's got you so bitter, Woman caught off guard does not reply. Does a little desert princess have britches in a bunch because assaulting one another's son? Tell me, desert princess. You spend most of your nights drunken and belligerent, followed by a handful of leering sycophants, looking for your own pathetic way of justifying your existence to a disapproving father? What? Who? How dare? You really think yourself petty brawling will be able to make you feel better about yourself? Feel you're worth something? Because it won't. If this is your sad little path to feeling better about who you are, you just give up, go home, and marry off to some courtier's harem. See, Chief, I know what's going to happen here. We all know Mort's right on the ball with this one, but oh no, proud little desert princess cut down in public, like humiliate. Woman draws her blades and Starling can reach animal lunges at Mort. Let's see, we could call for the guards, or, well, we can help Mort fight. Decent enough. Okay, I know this is running long, and I apologize for that. I just really, really want to,
Done.
finish this quest we've had since the beginning. Good Ignis, you've been, trying to burn away Reekwind's stench here. See Reekwind, size of birds of the normal size. He's no longer assailed by the twitching spasms you noted before. Smiling, looks considerably cleaner than before. Greetings, Reekwind. I had some questions for you. Looks at you amazed. It stopped. It all stopped, just like that. Snaps fingers, looks at himself. Powers above. I feel clean again. Good to hear it. Jumble didn't want to remove the curse, but I got it out of him. Thank you, sir. I have nothing to pay you with, but you are my good graces. For whatever that's worth. Frown, stand straight. I will tell you the story of your kindness to all who will listen. Actually, have any stories you haven't told me already? Could be payment enough. Of course. Though I've had enough telling of tales for a while. Do you have something I could write it in? I have a journal here.
Updated my journal.
There you are. Thanks, Reekwind. If you would never use that name again, I, among others, would be grateful. Very well. What should I call you? My name is... no, perhaps I shall keep that to myself this time. Not expect to be. Thank you again, good sir. Farewell. Okay, so we have helped the storyteller. And when we come back, back to the the clerk's ward. Have a good one, folks.